Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the channel. I'm Old Dead Man, your host. We're looking at War Thunder's website today. It's an easy one. We got an It's Fixed number 43. As you're already aware by now, Gaijin has called a moratorium on news items and social media posts. So this is a rare bit of communication in this particularly challenging time. But still, it is a little something, and let's give it a quick talk. On It's Fix number 43 today, we have got mostly ground vehicle fixes, and there are a couple of air and naval fixes as well, but none of them really struck me as really being earth-shattering or really huge. So let's quickly go through this thing. First up, had some bugs where people were shooting through solid obstacles. And they apparently traced this back to something with the way the shell is modeled. Usually they model it starting from the breech of the gun, and then it proceeds out from there. But apparently on certain vehicles, that was not being properly modeled, and they have fixed that, so it now shoots from the proper location, and therefore hits obstacles as it should. So that's fixed up. Second one, this fixed turret rotation for spectators. This is an interesting edge case. On the specific circumstances they're talking about, if you were spectating a vehicle and somebody was using their commander's sight, instead of just the commander's sight rotating, which my hand motion is supposed to indicate the commander's sight rotating, the whole turret would instead rotate to the spectator. As far as I can tell, this did not affect the actual player using the vehicle, but a spectator would see the entire turret turn, not just the commander's sight. And one of the fun aspects of War Thunder was when they added the ability for shells, when they didn't penetrate fully, to actually stick in the armor of the vehicle that got shot. Well, that did result in a couple of weird edge cases again. One of them being that when you shot a barrel and it splayed out in that really funny way that is very distinctive, that round that would have been stuck in that spot would sometimes hang in the air where there was no longer any barrel. And so they've fixed that so that you'll no longer see that round, just kind of sitting there in midair anymore. So that's a nice thing, just a nice little minor improvement. If we head over to the actual update changelog, I'm going to quickly show you each aspect of it here, but the ones that caught my attention were these five if you count the two different SITEMs. These vehicles right here, the ADATS M113 ASRAD R and the two SITEMs and the CM25 all had their external fuel tanks armor increased from various different amounts to 44 millimeters. I'm not sure how I feel about that. That seems like a suspiciously specific number. I'm wondering if there's something that would penetrate 43 millimeters, but not 44, that they're specifically protecting from. Haven't figured it out yet, but I haven't really dug into it that deep. The ASU-85's IR spotlight has been fixed as well. Oh, this was a fun one right here. When open-top vehicles are destroyed by fire, the crew members are no longer displayed in their seats. So if you could imagine an open-top M19 going up in flames, and all the crew members are sitting there going, after the tank is already destroyed and you're dead, that's what they fixed there. So I'm delighted. I think it's hilarious. It would be a fun bug just to leave there, but it should be fixed. So the aircraft changes are very minor, mostly just icons and things like that. And the naval changes, nothing really exciting here. So there they are if you're interested in the naval portions. But none of these are big fixes. They're relatively small fixes this time. That said, I kind of understand why they're keeping things a bit low-key. There was some information on the forums that it looks like the patch itself has not been delayed, and in the sense that they never announce actual release dates for these things, so there's no schedule from an external perspective, but they're still working on the patch, the next 2.15 patch, and they're not anticipating any issues with it releasing on time from what the comments have indicated to me on the forums. So keep that in mind. If they put out a dev server, I'll be sure to jump on that and take a look at what's going on so I can pass it on to you guys. One other thing, if you're watching this on March 2nd, 2022, and I might have time to jump on live tonight if my schedule works out just right. So I might just be playing some War Thunder and chatting with you guys and having some fun. So if that happens, keep an eye out for it. That'll be this evening. If it happens, that's U.S. time this evening. So we'll see you then if that's possible. You have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in War Thunder.